Hello guys, welcome back. So I'm probably going to be yelling at Asmodeus for the next 5 million years. He's so dumb. Um Anyhow, let me explain. This is super confusing and hectic right now. International House of Awesome is back up and running. The Greek gods have all come back in. Mammon is somehow here, and yet he's shoved to the back, and Hades is up front, and everything is going chaotic, and Hermes is running around trying to help. Meanwhile, Asmodeus, dumb, stupid demon that he is, decided that so I can feel better because we've always had that little thing because I was raised Roman Catholic that he was going to leave. And he staged something today and Hades was willing to help him. And I guess he convinced Hades it would be for my own good, and Asmodeus is telling me he just wanted me to be happy. He tried to leave, only he's so attached to me he couldn't leave, but he kept trying. And nothing he was saying was making sense because I know Hades would never attack or hurt anybody for absolutely no reason. I've worked with him for years. He's never going to just snap and attack someone. No one has ever harmed Asmodeus here, and none of it was making sense. And then I just realized as I was working with him, and he confessed he was trying to leave to make me happy because he figured a lot of the stress and everything was from working with demons because they're always going to have that baked in hell goodness in them, even if you see them as all gods. And, he was trying to leave so I'd be happy. And he's stupid, is what he is. I love him. I don't want him to leave. He's dumb. I can't guess what he is toe wax. He's stupid. Anyhow, he tried to leave. And, probably the universe's or Loki's Revenge, that one demon baby game I got, it was so terrible you couldn't even play it. It was that broken. So I have a game that it has a demon baby in it, and it's so bad you can't even play it. And it looked like it would be a good game because you play as a little girl, and somehow you climb out of your crib, and there's like a demon baby doll, and you have a camera you get, but everything's so broken you can't play the game. I don't even mean you can limp along. It straight up doesn't work when it feels like it. I got really mad. I'll keep trying, see if I could ever get it to work to bring you guys a Let's Play, but I don't think it's gonna work. And Asmodeus wanted to sacrifice being with me to make me happy, but big dumb demon that he is, he's too attached to me. I love him. He knows it. I'm just mad at him for his sake. He couldn't leave. He kept trying to leave to make me happy, but because he felt that would make me happiest. And when Hades did come in and come forward, all the demons did part like the Red Sea. But, it's not out of fear, it's just Hades uncovers things. It's why I've seen gods like step back like this, because he can do it. And just being in proximity to him can uncover stuff before people's ready. It's why a lot of people are afraid of him and won't work with him. But, really, he's a loving God. He's a kind God. It's just, you have to be willing to work with him on his terms. And it has been Mammon here. But Hades has been trying to come in for a while. That's why I wasn't getting a good read on Mammon. Hades and I have worked off and on. Things happen within the Greek pantheon. We'll just keep trying again for all eternity because Hades is very determined. And Hermes is here and Poseidon got in, and I went and I gave greetings to Zeus and all and sundry, and we got up at like 6 in the morning, so I'm super tired. We went and we got chicken, so we got chicken skewer. I promised them that if I got out and if the orders came today, and they did, we had like a little Greek thing-ish going on. And I am just exhausted right now because all day long it was like I was in the middle of this trauma and I couldn't figure out what was wrong. Asmodeus tried to throw himself under the bus so that he could protect me and make me happy. He wanted me to think that he was guilty of something, of I don't know what. He couldn't even come up with a convincing lie. He's not really good at it. He's lucky he's the judge because he would make a terrible criminal. He would. He's one of the good guys. He's really not good at lying. He really isn't. I've always thought he might have, like, a little bit of sneak or mischief in his nature. He's not good at it at all. He can't get away with a lie worth anything. He should be taking lessons from Odin, because 'cause you'll know Odin's lying to you, yet you'll believe him because he's just that good. And I go, back here." Lucky's the same way. Lucky'll tell me something, I'll say, "You're lying." "No, I'm not." "I know you're lying." "No, I'm not." "See, you wanna laugh, ah." And then you're distracted and you forget he lied to you, and then you realize 2 days later he lied to you about something. "Lucky, what?" It's always silly stuff. It's just sometimes you'll ask dumb questions and look, you'll feel perfectly free to lie to you. So you'll like you'll ask the old man something. Like say you asked him to help you win the lottery. "Sure, my dear, coming right up." That is a lie. Um got a laughter back here. But Asmodeus wanted to try to protect me. That's what he'll do. Remember, he is seen as a warrior god to a lot of people. He was a god whose pantheon was displaced, so he became the one that fought against the new pantheon because he was protecting his family. I'm getting like an image of the kind of guy that would jump on a grenade to save the rest of the platoon. That's the kind of guy he is. So he was trying to protect me. To protect me, he was putting himself in harm's way, at least trying to, but he's too attached and he couldn't leave, so poor baby. I'm mad at him for his behalf. I'm not really mad at him. He only tried to protect me. He tried to do what he does best. He likes women, and not in a demeaning way. He loves women. He wants to protect them with every fiber of his being, but he gets really attached and he couldn't make himself leave. Poor baby. I love him. I really do, and I have a lot of respect for him. He's just dumb sometimes. And he was so mad because I thought he did something wrong, and I thought Hades had brought some kind of terrible judgment down on him. And I'm thinking, what on earth could he have actually done in this short amount of time? And the way he was willing, I thought he had done something terrible. I'm like, when are we gonna find the bodies? He hadn't done nothing at all. I guess, Hades agreed to help him leave because I think Hades would very much like if half the people in the house left. He runs a tight ship. He's a wonderful god, but he runs a tight ship. And if he feels he's kind of like the old man, but only more so. If he doesn't think somebody's being productive, he has no hesitation about telling them. If he thinks that they're just, as my grandmother would have said, loafing around, and doing nothing, and putting their hands out for offerings, he will clear decks. He will. He won't be nice about it either. They will have time to pack their little demon bags and leave, but if he thinks that they're just here, just soaking up the goodness and not doing anything in return, no, he will have a problem with that. He's good about taking care of the people that he loves. I think the demons are going to be on their little best behavior for quite a while. No, they're all gods. It doesn't mean he's stronger than them, but it does mean that he has a force of personality that even Payman backed up when he came in, and Payman feels free to reach across and check Asmodeus and tell Asmodeus if he doesn't like what Asmodeus is doing. So it was interesting to see that reaction of just them backing up and, giving him space. And again, it isn't that Hades is stronger, it's just force of personality. If you've worked with Hades, you know what I mean. He can be loving and he can be kind, but there's no mistaking you're dealing with a deaf deity. On a scale of Odin to Hades, Odin has more warmth. Odin has a lot more warmth. He has a lot more human in him. And yeah, going, yeah, back here. So Loki's agreeing. Odin has a lot more warmth in comparison. I love Hades, but people will sometimes be put off working with him because he can be warm at times, but he can also be distant. He can be distant, make you think he doesn't care about you, make you think he doesn't love you, and make you feel like you're not good enough, and it's not that at all. He's distant at times and hands off. And if people can get past all that, some people are straight up terrified of Persephone because she has a reputation that she has earned. People are more afraid of her. And sometimes what happens is people are actually working just fine with Hades, and they're so busy turning in their chair and looking at Persephone and so terrified of her. That happens too. What happened with us is that we were doing okay and we were getting along, and then Hermes is a constant delight, is what Hermes is. And then there were issues with Poseidon, and all this other stuff was going on, and sometimes they're distinct personalities with their own wants and needs. And at the end of the day, I know the Greek gods all have my back, Poseidon and Hermes included. It's just you can have personality clashes. You can. Hermes has said some very rude things. So is Dionysus, and I'm half German, so I took insult at some of the things they've said, and I don't even think they meant them in a rude way. It's just the Greek gods do come off cosmopolitan, and sometimes, even though some of them were pastoral gods themselves, open mouth, insert foot. And I love them, but they have said some things in the past that I think, in a perfect world, they can all get along. But in a perfect world, I think the Greek gods would like Greek only, and I think the Norse gods would like Norse only. They can get along, they can be fine with each other. But if they're taking barbs at each other, and Hermes will run his mouth, and Odin will run his mouth, and Loki will run his mouth, got too many yaps on both sides. And so I think what's going to have to happen is Hades is going to have to settle down on one end practically, and Zeus on the other, not literally, but those two will just have to get them all to settle down. And if the Norse gods have to be here and the Greek gods have to be there, so be it, but they'll be in the same household, and they have to stop poking at each other, is what's been going on. It's been like every time they calm down, one of them goes to the other side and goes poke like that, and it all starts all over again. So now with demons in the middle, they didn't know what to do, and it was like they were dropped in the middle of a war zone, and they were all freaking out. Payman just left. He didn't take time to freak out. He just left. Mammon withdrew as well. Satan and Lucifer were like far off just watching the fireworks, because they will get along, but there's fireworks when they first get back together. And Asmodeus got caught in their crossfire, and all he knew was he thought he had to go away because he thought it was all his fault. They just fight all the time in this household. That's all they do. So it's going to be back to the bad little Norse gods running up front and grabbing everything, and Norse gods and Greek gods fighting. Some people get them to get along beautifully, not in this household. The Greeks will try to claim somehow that Italians are Greek. Oh no. And or they'll claim that the Roman gods were actually Greek gods, trademark. And the Norse gods will claim that they have 3/4 claim on me, or they will claim 100% claim on me, because they will claim that Viking ancestors somehow made their way to Italy. I don't know. So you guys know how it is around here. So we're back to everybody fighting, and poor Asmodeus got caught in the middle, and he just wasn't ready. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye.